You have just joined another live episode of CEN, or Creators Economy Network podcast, a podcast by Copyright World, a leading company when it comes to online protection, online creators protection and security. What we do is we create products for the modern creator, for the creator economy, so everyone has the ability to share freely with the world his creations, and at the same time to feel safe about sharing it, So we protect it, we monitor your work for you, we'll let you know if someone is using it without your consent. A lot of great things and a lot of great stuff coming at the beginning of next year. We'll talk about those things, but today we have a great guest. Today we have Ruth, I hope I say that right, Adeyemi, who is a blogging coach. And I wonder what a blogging coach is. So I'm gonna learn with you today why blogging is important. What is blogging? What does a blogging coach do for a business or for an individual? How can this process affect your business, your outcome, and a lot of things. I have a lot of questions, and please feel free to share yours here in the comments. I will be more than happy to ask the questions you write here in the comments. So without further ado, let me bring on Ruth, and let's kick this live off. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi Ruth, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You actually pronounced my name very well, so
I did.
You did a great job with that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, yeah. That's a good way to start, because it's a difficult name. So it's Ruth Adeyemi, right?
Adeyemi.
Okay, I did my best.
Yeah, you did your best. That's fine, absolutely.
Okay, I'll stick with Ruth if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries. Ruth is fine. Ruth is fine.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Ruth, so where are you located?
Yeah, so right now I am in Jacksonville, Florida. So that's where I am.
It's morning there, right?
It is 12:04 p.m.
Okay, right now.
Yeah, it's 12:04 right now. And thank you so much for adding me to your live video. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to talk all about blogging today.
Sure. It's a very important topic, and I think blogging is booming quite lately. So let's start from the beginning. You say you are a blogging coach. Mm-hmm. What's that? What do you do?
Oh, that's a good question. Now, as a blogging coach, I work with two audiences. I work with bloggers, and then I also work with business owners who want to use blogging to increase the visibility of their audience, of their business rather. So for the blogger side of things, I help these bloggers who have an idea, they have like a lot of information that they would like to share about a particular niche, and I teach them as a blogging coach on how to put that information, write a well thought out blog post that answers the questions of your audience. So let's say your niche is fashion blogging. So I teach you as a fashion blogger how to write content that people who are fashion enthusiasts want to read about. So when you publish that blog post, whatever service you have as a fashion blogger, let's say as a fashion blogger, you're selling clothes, you're styling people, right? So I teach you how to connect that service, how to connect your product on your blog, so that as you're publishing the blog post, now you have clients that will want to pay for your service, that will want to buy your product because you're doing it right. Now, for the business owner side of things, I teach businesses how to incorporate business blogging into their growth strategy. And when I say business blogging, I mean, let's say, for instance, you are a business that you're selling gifts for people. Now, for blogging, the blogging aspect of things, how that comes into your growth strategy is by pushing out blog posts that answers the questions of your audience. So let's say I love buying gifts, and it's Valentine's season, it's even Christmas season right now. And one of my questions could be the best gift box for my mom or for my family during Christmas. Now, as a business owner who is selling gift boxes, it is your responsibility, and I teach these business owners how to write blog posts that answers the questions of their audience, such that when I go online and I'm searching for the best gift box for my mother for Christmas, your blog post comes up, and then when it comes up, I check your website, I see that you have gift boxes for me, and then I buy. So I teach you how to write that blog post that not just converts to traffic, but also converts to increased revenue for your business, that increases the visibility of your business. And now you have more customers, not just in your visibility, but even all over the world, depending on what you're selling. So yeah, that's what I do as a blogging coach.
That's great. Sounds good. And if if the outcome is a revenue increase, it's a business tool as well. And I can see an SEO thing going on there as well, right?
What'd you say?
I see an SEO thing, a search engine optimization.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's why that's why I talked about doing it right. Because when it comes to business blogging, when it comes to blogging that helps to increase your visibility, you need to have a great understanding of search engine optimization. Because with search engine optimization, that's how you're able to write an SEO optimized post that then converts to sales, that then converts to increased visibility. And that's how your ideal client, your audience starts to find you on Google or any other search engine.
Great, great. So now everyone knows what a blogging coach does, but let's talk about Ruth. How did you start in this field? I mean, what dragged you into blogging? Did you try other stuff before? I mean, you're super young, and I'm curious, how did you start?
Oh my, this is going to be a long conversation, but I'm going to try to keep it short as much as I can.
Yeah, the brief version.
Yeah, brief. Okay, so my last semester as an undergraduate, I actually finished as a biochemistry student. So my last semester, I went to New York City, and I just wanted to share that experience with the whole world. And at that point, I knew that the best way to share what I wanted to share was through blogging, right? So I started my blog in 2019 just to share my travel experience. And then at that point, I started incorporating some health talks as well, because as a biochemistry student, so I started doing health talks and then travel tips. But as time went by, I finished my undergrad and I traveled from the US down to Nigeria. On getting there, I realized that a lot of bloggers back home in Nigeria, they needed help with how to generate traffic from blogging. And with my blog, I had seen increased traffic. I started getting like more than 20,000 plus traffic monthly when I started. So that was, I shared it on my social media. A lot of people were excited about that. They wanted me to teach them how to get similar results. And that's how I went from, a health blogger, just a blogger sharing travel tips, to being a business, to being a blogging coach who teaches other bloggers how to write SEO optimized content and how to use blogging to increase the visibility of their niche and what they're passionate about. So that was how the journey started, and I just started working with bloggers only when I started. But then with my business, I saw how business blogging, how just blogging, putting my blog posts on my website, and how customers reach out to me from my blog. I saw how that helped me in my business. And from there, I switched from just helping bloggers to now helping entrepreneurs and bloggers included, on how to use business blogging to increase the visibility and revenue of the business. So that's the journey in short.
Wow, that's quite a journey. And I mean, it makes total sense, because you began as a blogger. Then right. you scratch your own itch, because you need to find a way to monetize that and to get more audience and to get more traffic. So you found the solution to the problems you had, and then you packed them up and you tried to sell, and here's a business.
That's
wow.
Right.
That's a great way to go. Yeah. And all right, so I'm curious, because I'm an entrepreneur, so I know the power of blogging, and it's not something new. I mean, the blogging, it was powerful since its beginnings, I don't know, 2004 to you were pretty young
Very
there
well.
then. But I remember, because I'm an old dude. And the thing with blogging is that it takes time. I mean, you need patience. And
Yeah.
I know that entrepreneurs don't have that. It's something we lack sometimes. And how do you deal with that? Because when you talk to businessmen, they want quick results. They want, the marketing trick that will, pick their sales and their revenue in no time. But I know that blogging is like building. It's it's something that takes more time, but is much more stable once done right.
You did. Okay.
So
Yeah, I
how do
like
you
that.
deal with that?
Okay, I really like that question. You got me so excited. Now, when I'm working with entrepreneurs, I'm just remembering the last person I worked with, the last business owner I worked with. She's into wood business. And I remember our first coaching session together. I told her, I said, blogging is a long-term relationship. If you start blogging for your business, you're not expecting to get results today. You're not expecting to get results, matter of fact, 3 months from now. Now, there are times when you will get results 3 months from now. It's possible. It's doable. But the understanding that I put in the minds of my clients is that blogging is a long-term thing. And I give them the example of, look at Apple, for instance. Apple, they have a blog for their business, but they've been doing this for a long time. And now I can ask any question about any Apple product, and their blog is going to show up and answer my question. And from there, I can decide to buy their product or not. But then it's a long-term gain. So, but now what I do tell my clients, and if you're a business owner just listening to this right now, what I say is, don't put your egg in one basket. Yes, blogging is important, and for your business growth, it is an important strategy to implement and have under your belt. But in addition to that, you have social media, right? In the meantime, while you're working on your blog, while you're making sure that you're getting your blog to that right place, you're working on search engine optimization marketing for your blog, while you're doing all of that, leverage on social media marketing as well. That's why you have platforms like Instagram, you have platforms like Facebook. And now what I always say to them is, before you even decide on the social media platform that you're going to leverage on, in the meantime, as you're working on your business blogging, it is important to know if your ideal audience are on this platform. So the first thing is to even check where your ideal audience are. So now if you know, let's say your ideal audience, they're frequenting LinkedIn much more than Instagram, much more than Facebook, then leverage on LinkedIn while you're working on your blog, while you're making sure that your blog gets to that place where it will continuously make increase your visibility and bring increased revenue for your business. So leverage on that platform where you know that your audience are frequenting. And when your blog is now doing very well for itself, you have both platforms. And in addition to that, I also strongly recommend email marketing, because that's like a fast way to go about increasing the growth of your business and just increasing the revenue of your business. If you can get your email marketing up and running in the beginning, it's also a great way to reach your audience. And that's one of the best advice that I've always given my clients while you're working on your business blogging. Leverage on social media marketing and email marketing. You can, even when your blog is doing great, you still need email marketing, you still need social media marketing, because like I always say, you cannot put your egg in one basket. So that's
Oh, yeah,
what I think for that.
that makes total sense. But here we face, the problem with the chicken and the egg. I mean, when you start, you don't have an audience, and you need to build that. So the mailing list is out of the way, starting up. And when you start a blog, or when you start the social media thing, it's not cheap. I mean, if you do it in a business way, it's something that you need to invest in.
That's right.
If I'm a business and I have money just for one thing, would you suggest to start with blogging or go the social media route and then switch?
That's a very tough and honest question. Okay, so if I'm going to be very honest, I would say start with social media marketing. Start with that, because that you have a chance of pulling in an audience. And if you don't have a lot of money to invest in your business, I would say start with social media marketing, because from there Now you can gather the revenue. If you do social media marketing right, you can gather the revenue in your business and use that to start your blogging, your business blogging platform. But base ground, I would say start with social media marketing and then go from there to blogging.
One or
multiple
platforms?
What'd you say?
One platform or multiple platforms?
About that, I will go back to what I said before. It is important to know where your audience are. It's so important. Now, if once you figure that out, I'm a big fan of sticking with one and nailing that one, okay? But now, depending on what your business is, because you have, I mean, bloggers are also entrepreneurs, and you have some entrepreneurs also that Pinterest would be a great platform. So let's say you figured out your audience and the social media platform that they're frequenting is Instagram, for instance. I would say combine that Instagram with Pinterest if Pinterest is a good one for your business, for your kind of business. Because Pinterest is also another great way to increase your reach as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. So I love that platform so much. But leverage on one social media platform and combine Pinterest with it, because Pinterest is also a great tool to use as well to increase the reach of your business.
Cool. Would you say blogging is audience agnostic? I mean, is it for all audiences, or I mean, if you're going for the female audience, Pinterest is a great way to go, because I think it's 70 or 80% females there, which is amazing. If you are more business oriented, LinkedIn is your platform probably. But in that sense, blogging is agnostic, right? I mean, it's for all audiences. You build your blog the way you want to build it.
Yeah. Blogging is for everybody. It's not just man or woman. I've had bloggers ask me this question: do you think blogging is just for men? And I tell them, for women rather, and I tell them, I say, when you ask a question online, right, you get your answer in form of a blog post. Now that has nothing to do with man or woman, right? You have men who have they have blogging platforms. Take Pro Blogger, for instance. Pro Blogger is owned by a man, and he's doing an excellent job with that. So blogging is for both men, women, regardless of your age. It doesn't even matter, as long as you know what you're doing. Blogging is for everyone, it's for every niche, as long as you get it right. As long as you understand SEO marketing and you're implementing all these strategies to make sure that your blog is doing excellently well, it's not just for one person. It's not just for one gender. It's for everybody, and it's for every niche. As long as you do it right, it's for every niche.
Makes sense, yeah. And so we have talked about the power of blogging, and it's something I believe we both agree. I hope everyone is watching agrees as well. The thing is, there is a balance here. Is it a business tool? Is it a marketing tool? And what's the difference there? And could it be both?
I call blogging, it's both a business and a marketing tool. Because as I was telling you the other time, let's say you're a business owner, right? Because it's a business tool for you to increase the growth of your business, and marketing tool in the sense that it can also bring in revenue for your business as well. So as a business owner who owns, going back to that example, a gift box business, that having a blog for your business helps to increase the visibility. People know that you're online, right? It's a social proof for you as a business owner. Now, when you're publishing your blog post about 5 best gift boxes to gift to your loved ones on Christmas Day, and in that blog post you have links to the products that you sell, right? Now, the first thing you've done is you've used blogging as a tool for your business, for the visibility of your business. Now, with that blog post, when that blog post is doing excellently well, when that blog post is driving your potential customers to your website and they buy something from you, right? And you start getting those alerts. Now, that's a marketing tool to also increase the revenue of your business. So it's a combination of both. Blogging increases visibility, which is, the business side of things, letting people know about your business. And then the marketing side, which is with the blog post, people know that, okay, you sell this and that, and they know that they can trust you because, and the way that you can also increase your trust with blogging and business blogging especially, is by having, I strongly recommend having like a FAQ session on your blog, because it's great, like frequently asked questions, because what you're doing is you're answering the questions of people who they don't even know who the owner of the business is, but you're already attending to every question that they have. So that's great for the business side of things. And in that sense, when you can answer the question of your audience, when you can answer the question of your potential customer, right? They're coming to this blog post, they see that you have great products, but they have more questions, and you're answering that in the FAQ section of your website, of your blog, then they make an informed decision to buy from you, right? And this is why it's so important to do business blogging right. You know, if you implement all of these things, have an FAQ session, use SEO marketing to write great blog posts that convert. And as you're writing these blog posts, you're adding links to your product, you're adding links to your service. Now, what you're doing is you're using blogging as a tool, you know, for your business visibility, and also to market your business in a way that brings revenue for your business. So it's a combination of both. It's not just one thing, it's a combination of both.
True. And I would argue that blogging could be like, let me start from the beginning. I mean, we've started this podcast because we wanted to connect with creators like you, business owners, and the whole creator economy thing. So for us, this podcast is a networking tool as well.
That's right.
And I believe blogging could be that way.
Yes. And I like that you mentioned that, because when I started blogging, it was a great way for me to network with other health bloggers, because remember, I started with health blogging and then travel tips, right? It was a great way for me to connect with other health bloggers, because now these people were reading my blog post and they saw that it was good. They reached out to me, would you like for us to write on your blog? Would you like for me to write on their blog as well? So it was a great way for us to network, and some of those connections, I still have them today. So if you do your blogging right and your visibility increases on the Google space, more bloggers, more business owners will want to connect with you, and they'll want to do business with you. And that's also one way that you're using blogging as an avenue to increase the reach of your business. Because now, as you're working with these other business owners, as you're working with these other entrepreneurs, more people are getting to know about your business. So now, networking, you're bringing networking into it, and you're also increasing visibility, the reach, and eventually you're going to also increase the revenue of your business as well. So blogging is just, it's amazing. Like, you cannot exhaust all the opportunities that comes with blogging. You can't. But like you said in the beginning, you have to be patient, because blogging is for patient people. It's not just for anybody. It's for patient. You really have to be patient with blogging for you to get to.
You do. Yeah, like most things in life. I mean, the online world is a bit spoiled in that aspect. They want, everything today, everything right now, and I say you agree.
I agree, because like literally, the first thing I say when any of my clients, like with my clients, the first thing I tell them, I give them my story. I tell them, like, I started blogging, and for 8 months, I did not get any revenue, nothing, right? My traffic was not the best when I started for 8 months, but then I continued doing it. And then when I moved from one platform to another, invested in my blogging career, learned all that I needed to learn, the change started happening. But it took like 8 months to get to that point. So that's the first thing I say. You have to be patient. Immediate gratification has to be off your mind. When you're blogging, just let go of that mindset. There's nothing like that.
Yeah. It's the overnight success that lasts at least 12 months or 24 months, before.
And the thing about overnight success is people don't see the work that the seemingly overnight success people have put in. You don't see the hard work. You don't see the years and years of sweat that they've put in. But now you see someone that is doing excellently well one day, and you think it's just that one day. But it's years and months of hard work.
It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes, consistency. You have to stick to it and to do it again and again and again and be there. As you said, 8 months is a long period of time to blogging to nobody. But, after a while, all this data, because okay, I'm a data guy, and I understand data as well, and I see data as creation as well. So in your case, I mean, in the case of the bloggers, another advantage is that everything you do, everything you create, it's yours. I mean, it's on your blog. It's not on social media. It's not out there going wherever. So that's why, as you know, Copyright World, our company has created tools for the bloggers, especially because bloggers do understand copyright more than any other creators out there, in my experience. Because blogging is not like, you know, a snap. You don't take a photo and you post it.
No.
It's something, it takes time. You have to write, you have to do your research, you have to do the SEO, you have to put the time.
Yes.
So in your experience, how bloggers do see their work as a copyright protected asset, and do they care? Do they look for? Are they frustrated if anyone else is using the work without knowing?
So about that, I think some months ago, right? I think when we started talking, I put it on my story, you know, just share your experience with me, how content theft, share your content theft experience with me as a blogger, as a writer, just share it with me, let me hear it. And one person told me that she put together poems, like she had like a collection of poems, and she posted it online, and somebody took it, he made it this publication and sold it. And she was devastated because this is her hard work and something that she's worked on for months and years, and somebody just took it and made it his. It was devastating for her. And somebody has taken my Instagram post before, took it, made it his, and I had nothing to say because it wasn't protected. I just let it go. Also, but what I've realized is that people see these bloggers, it's a really painful experience when somebody takes your intellectual property and makes it theirs. Like all the hard work of working on SEO, of researching and putting all of that content together so you can help people, and then somebody makes it theirs. Now what Google does is it can take down the post from whoever took it, but that's not enough. That's not enough safety. That's not enough guarantee for these bloggers to keep doing what they're doing. And that's even more than enough to discourage someone. And that's why I'm glad that you have Copyright World, because since we started working together, literally like this week, somebody reached out to me. He's also a poet. He says, Ruth, I am so scared of putting my content on my blog because I don't want somebody to steal my property. And I told him, I said, I have a great platform for you that you can use to protect your content online as you're blogging. I shared it with him and he subscribed immediately to that. So I'm not sure if I've answered your question, but yes, like bloggers are really scared, you know, about copyright, about somebody taking their intellectual property. And I really appreciate what you have going on because it's helping a lot of people in my community, that I know for sure, that I've shared with them, and they have, you know, subscribe to what you have, protecting their blog content. I am also using it to protect my social media content as well. And I'm just restarting my blog as well because it's been offline for a while. And I'm also going to use it because I cannot go through the pain. Yeah.
It's great to hear that what we do help people. That's our intention anyways. And thank you for the referral, by the way. You know.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have it on my Instagram, you know, the Instagram one link. I have it there, you know, because that's a question I get all the time. Ruth, how can I protect my content as a blogger? How can I do that? So I have it for them whenever they need it, you know, and I explain the process to them.
And you know, protection is like, how we like to call it, is like insurance for your content. I mean, when you do copyright registration, it's insurance for your content. You don't feel it like it's it's necessary right now, but when you will need it, you'll feel it the hard way. It's like, you know, it's like the backup you do for the data. When your hard drive crashes, you say, "Oh, I should have done that backup," you know, back in the day.
Yes.
Nice. So we said blogging is great, and I do agree. Is it expensive to start a blog?
No, it's not. It's not expensive, and that was a mindset that I had starting as well. Because I was told that blogging is expensive, you know, paying for domain and hosting, it was so expensive. And that made me start on a platform I wouldn't want to mention right now that I shouldn't have started on, right? Because I thought that was cheaper, but it wasn't. So, but to answer that question, blogging is not expensive. You have platforms like WordPress. I would just say WordPress is fantastic. WordPress is the best blogging platform that you can use. And with WordPress, when you pay for hosting, you pay for your domain name, that's it. If you want any feature, they have it for you, right? You don't have to pay extra money.
Plugins as well. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Plugins as well. I mean, you can extend it to wherever you want to.
You have plugins, you have features, you have your shop. You don't have to pay for extra. And that's why I love WordPress. But that's the only platform I strongly recommend. I will not even mention any other thing. But yes, blogging is not expensive. I think it's doable, right? And that's why for my bloggers, I say don't just blog for fun. Yes, you can blog for fun, but you don't just blog for fun. You want to blog and make money from it. You want to monetize blogging, because when you monetize blogging, then you can make back the investment that you've put into blogging. And
so what you're saying here is you have to be strategic about how you blog, but the subject. You're right. Yes.
Yeah. Like the first thing, even before you buy that domain name, before you buy that hosting plan, the first thing that you should figure out is, what is my brand, right? What am I doing? Who am I serving? Why am I doing this? What goals do I aim to achieve? That's the first thing. And then when you have that figured out, define the purpose and mission, vision, the goals of your brand. Have that defined, right? Your brand emotion, your positioning. How are you going to be different from other bloggers out there, right? And then once you've answered those questions, what is your monetization plan? How do you plan to monetize this blog? Or you just want to do it for fun? If you want to do it for fun, then go get a free name. Don't even pay for anything. But if you are looking for a paid blogging platform, have a plan, have a strategy, have a monetization plan. Know how you're going to monetize this blog before you get started. Because what that does, it takes away a lot of stress from you. And now you have a way to let the blog run itself. So you don't have to put your money into paying for the hosting. You don't have to, after a year, right? You don't have to put your money into hosting and domain. The blog can run itself. The blog can take care of itself. And then from blogging, you realize that you've transitioned from just being a blogger into a blogger that actually has a business centered around blogging. And that's what I strongly encourage.
Yeah, because if you want to create a business out of it, you need to put, the pillars the right way. You need to start from the beginning, being serious about what you do. And if you have the business mindset, then you have the patience as well. It's something that comes together, because you can build a business in a week or in a month. But if you are trying to make a quick buck, that's a different case.
Yeah. I don't. If you want to make quick money, like I've heard, there's this particular person that is in my head right now. It's like, I want to make money from blogging, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not the one for you. Because if you're here because you want to make quick money, I'm not the one for you. Go somewhere else, because I don't teach quick money. I teach consistency. I teach hard work. I teach you staying through on the journey, not quick money. No. That's not what I do.
Right. So once we are in the economic area of the subject, we said blogging is not expensive. Of course, if you outsource the writing process, then it can become expensive, or you need to invest more.
If you're what? Say that again.
If you outsource the writing process.
If you're short?
If you outsource it, yeah? Yeah. Yes. If you get writers.
Then it can get expensive, because now you have to pay people to write SEO optimized content, and that's not cheap. So it's really not cheap. So I say blogging is not expensive if you are already a good writer and you can invest in learning how to write SEO optimized content. If you can learn that and you have that under your belt, then blogging is not expensive, because all you're paying for is domain and hosting, and you take care of the rest personally. But if you're going to be outsourcing and if you're going to be paying people to write for you,
it's a different story.
It could get pretty expensive. It's a different story entirely. Yeah.
How about if I want to get a blogging coach? Is that expensive?
I mean, yes, it is. It is expensive, but it's an investment that is worth it, right? The last person that I worked with, I think I mentioned it, she's into women.
I mean, it will save me time, right?
It will save you time, right? It will save you lots of time. And you are sure to, from me at least, I know, you're sure to get whatever you invest, you're sure to get it back. Like, in less than 3 months, you get it back. The last person I worked with during our last 2 weeks together, she got back everything that she invested with me. So I have no doubts. Yeah, I have no doubts about that. But if you're just starting, you don't have lots of money. Yeah, it can be challenging. I know that for sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. In your case, you use social media as a marketing platform for your business plus blogging, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite social media platform and why?
I love Instagram. Why? It's been easier for me to use. And one thing the reason I'm on Instagram is because my audience are the people that I want to sell to. They are on Instagram. That's why I'm here, right? I've been getting invites to TikTok, but I know my people are not on TikTok, so I don't go there. I don't go there.
It's a total different beast there.
It's a completely different world. But yes, my audience are on Instagram, and it's a great way to interact with my clients as well. So I use Instagram for my business, and I'm thinking of venturing into LinkedIn, in the coming year, because that's also another great platform for my business. You have lots of business owners there that I can network with. So I'm looking into that. But currently, I really like Instagram. It's the best platform for me to just interact.
Yeah, LinkedIn. I mean, since the Microsoft acquisition, I think has changed a lot, and it's a great tool. The post, the organic reach there, it's still huge.
Yes.
Especially if you compare it, for example, with Facebook, where if you don't pay, nobody sees you. I mean, it's for granted. If you have a page and you just post there, nobody sees nothing.
Yes.
You have to pay. But on the other hand, LinkedIn organic reach is still high.
It's fantastic, yeah. And I mean, Instagram Reels, they're doing a somewhat great job there, but you cannot compare that with LinkedIn Reach. LinkedIn Reach is a total different game. And that is the platform that is also similar to that is Pinterest. Pinterest has a great reach as well. Like you could.
How do you use? How do you use Pinterest? I mean,
Pinterest.
Because Pinterest, for anyone who doesn't know, is you have a board, you collect your pins. It's like connecting things you find online and you like, right? And you share that collection with the world. No?
Not really. That's one part of it. Okay.
All right.
Now that's one part of it.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot of time to go there. So please enlighten me.
Okay. So with Pinterest, right? Yes, you create your platform, you create your account, just like every other platform. And with Pinterest, and I'm going to connect it with blogging right now. So with that, you create a pin for whatever thing you want to advertise. Now, for me, let's say I just published a blog post about 5 tools every entrepreneur should use on their blogging platform, right? That's the post. Now, I create a pin with that title, exactly that title. So, and I post it on my Pinterest page. So I'm not putting it in a board. I'm not collecting it in a particular board. I just posted it on my account. Now with Pinterest, you don't even need an hashtag, right? That pin that you have with the title of that blog post.
So it's the title and the URL, right?
Yeah. So with the title, with the pin, you connect it to the URL of your website. Okay. So the way Pinterest algorithm works is that as somebody is searching for 5 tools entrepreneurs use on their blog, because that's the topic that I have on that Pinterest pin, the algorithm scans through that photo. So it doesn't use hashtags, right? It just scans through that photo and then gets what you're trying to say and presents it to whoever is searching for that topic as well on Pinterest. Even on Google sometimes, because under images, you can see some Pinterest images as well. But we're talking about Pinterest here. So that comes up and that leads them directly to your blog, and then they read whatever it is you have to say. So, but what you were talking about is as a user, now not as a business owner or as an entrepreneur using Pinterest, as a user, you can collect different pins and put them in a board. Let's say you want to use it for later, or you need that information for later. But as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a blogger who's using Pinterest, that's how you use Pinterest. You create a pin, you connect it to your blog, you connect it to your website, such that when people are searching for what you have on that pin, it leads them directly to your blog and website. Now you can also collect pins personally, let's say you need extra information or you're just collecting pins for inspiration, you can have boards, Pinterest boards, that's fine. But you can just post.
But that's for the average user. I mean, as a business, you source your content there, right? So pins can be discovered within the platform.
That's right. And for every blog post you push out, you should have a Pinterest pin attached to every blog post, such that, because it's a two-way street here. So somebody is coming from Google, they see your blog post, they click on it, they can save your Pinterest pin that you have in that blog post on their Pinterest page. And that's increasing the reach of your blog post.
All right.
You get it?
Yeah.
So as people
because they don't create a new pin, they save your pin in their board.
Exactly. So you have made the job easier for you to increase the reach of that blog post. And now as a business owner, you don't just have that Pinterest pin. You have links to your products, you have links to your services. So more people are getting to know more about your business, right? And from somebody coming from Pinterest as well, they can go to your blog. So it's like vice versa. It's a great way to increase your reach.
I hope the marketing department in Corporate World listens to this, because we're not doing this, but we will begin to do this. Yeah.
Pinterest is great. Pinterest is great.
It makes sense.
You know how like SEO marketing for your blog, for your, not even for your website, because website is static. For your blog, SEO marketing could last for years. One blog post can be doing excellently well for years. Pinterest as well could last for like 1 to 5 years. That one pin can be doing so well for years as well.
Wow. So it's an investment. I was having a conversation with a blogger the other day, 2 weeks ago, and he was telling me about, he has a big blog and he's making great money. And he told me that he has a blog post, 8 years old, that's making 10 grand a month now. Just one single post 8 years ago.
Yes, I was talking to a group of people last week, and I was talking to them about the power of just one blog post, right? When I'm talking to my entrepreneurs who don't like writing, right? I just tell them, see, all you have to do is pay somebody to write 20 SEO optimized blog posts. Because when you're writing SEO optimized blog posts, whoever is writing it, they know to write on content that are relevant for now. So when you have that 20 SEO optimized blog posts on your blog, that's all you need. That's all you need, because literally one blog post can bring in all the traffic and money that you need. So you don't, it's the power.
Wow, that's mind blowing.
Yeah, the power.
If you get to the number, it's very powerful.
Because I think I told you the last time we spoke that I'm revamping my website, I'm revamping my blog, because now I'm transitioning, I'm removing all the health and life tips and removing that. And now I'm starting to push out more, blogging, content, SEO, business blogging, blog posts. There's one blog post that I have about health, and that blog post has been doing well for years. And right now I'm so emotional, I don't even want to delete it, because it's been bringing so much traffic on my website. But I will have to delete it, because I know when I start putting out these other content, it's going to do great as well. So yeah, but one blog post. You
have the confidence, so yeah, you can move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of examples like that one. And what I would like to tell people here, to everyone who's here live with us or who is going to listen to the podcast, is be patient. Be patient. I mean, don't rush things. Takes time, and give it time. I mean, it's investing, and when you invest in stuff, you need to let them grow and to give back the crops, right?
Absolutely. And like the great business owners that you see now, it took years to get here. So you have to be patient, you have to be consistent, you have to believe in the journey. And that's why I say, before you even start, have a vision, have a mission, know why you're doing what you're doing. So when you're getting tired, when you feel like you don't want to continue, you go back to that and you know why you started. It's always great for you to know your why and the reason why you're doing what you're doing. It's great. Yeah,
super meaningful. So let's wrap this up with a golden nugget. If I create a blog, 3 things I need to be super careful, super precise, 3 things I need to take good care of to start.
Right. three things, right? The first thing that I would tell you is, one, learn search engine optimization. I cannot stress that enough. That's one thing that you need to learn. Have that under your belt. And if you get that very well, you understand search engine optimization, you're good to go. Secondly, please and please have a spam blocker on your website. It is important because with learning SEO, with having a great understanding of search engine optimization, you will get spam comments, like maybe 2,000 comments every day. So if you don't have a spam blocker, your website is gone because Google is going to delete it. It's gone. Learn an SEO, have a spam blocker, and always, for every blog post that you put out, maximize that blog post. And when I say maximize that blog post, always have a link to one product or service, at least one product or service, and always have a subscription form in every blog post. Because what you're doing is you're using that blog post to not just increase the reach of your product, your services, but you're also increasing your mailing list as well. So you're maximizing one blog post because you never know which blog post is going to do excellently well. You don't know. So one, learn SEO marketing. That's number one. Two, have a spam blocker if you don't want to cry. And three, maximize every single blog post that you push out. That's what I have for you guys.
Great stuff here. I mean, we're giving gold to the people here, and yeah. I mean, there are basic stuff, but they are very important. Especially number three. I mean, every post is a lead magnet for you. You can grow your list, can sell products, can do a lot of things. Yes. So maximize. I mean, you put the time to create it.
Yeah. So just finish the work.
Yeah. A friend of mine, another blogger, told me that 20% is writing the blog post and 80% is all the other stuff. What you do with that blog post. So it takes time and it takes effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Ruth, is it anything else you would like to share with our audience here live or in the video or whatever?
A video? What did you say?
Yeah. This podcast is going to be a video on YouTube. It's going to be an audio on our podcast. It's going to be. So is it anything you want to share with that audience?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I'd like to say is if you're starting your blogging journey, if you're an entrepreneur, you've been struggling with how to market your business and you're wondering how to go about that, please and please, please absolutely reach out to me because we can get that conversation going and just
share your contact details. I mean, what's your website? How can we reach you?
Absolutely. So yeah, my Instagram platform is official Sarm Life, and SARM, Sarm Life. And my website is sarmlife.com, sarmlife.com, right? You can reach me, my Instagram, my website, that's all you need, and all my information is there. You can reach out. But I have like 5 strategies that I would like to share before I call it a day today, right? Just 5 strategies, business blogging strategies that you could start to implement right now. Now it's not detailed, right? Just 5, okay? The first thing is know your audience, right? Know your audience. If you don't know your audience, then you're not going to be pushing out content that they need. Know your audience, know the questions that they're asking, right? That's still on the number 1. Know them very well, right? And the second thing is for every blog post you push out, let that blog post be an answer to a question that your customers, your clients, your ideal audience, they're asking. Don't just post a blog post because you just want to post a blog post. Let it be an answer to a question that your customer, clients, your audience are asking. And 3, use SEO marketing in every blog post. And when I'm saying SEO marketing, like the integration of your product, the integration of your service, that's SEO marketing. Writing, including keywords that are going to do very well in your niche, that's SEO marketing, right? Use SEO marketing for every blog post, even on your website, on page SEO, off page SEO, use SEO marketing, okay? And then the 4th thing that I have for you is it's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about the quality of the blog post that you're pushing out for
you talked about 20 pieces, right?
Yeah, just all you need is 20. All you need is 20 blog posts that are excellently done well. When I say excellent, I'm talking about SEO optimized blog posts. All you need is 20 for your business to do great, right? And then finally, for every blog post, you need a call to action. What do you want us to do as we're done reading your blog post, what's next? Okay, so always have a call to action for every blog post that you push out. And once again, if you need to reach out to me, my Instagram is official SomLife, and my website is somlife.com. Okay, thank you.
Awesome, great tips, great tips. We will have all these details and all your contacts in the show notes as well, so
Yes.
everyone will be able to click and find discover you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth, wow, it was a great conversation today.
Thank you so much for inviting
I
me.
learned a lot, and I hope
Use
you had fun.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
Use Pinterest.
It's on my notes, yeah.
Awesome.
We will start tomorrow, literally, to use Pinterest.
That made my day. I love it.
It makes sense. It makes so much sense. But, there are so many things you have to do online these days, and you're always missing stuff.
Yeah.
What you going to do? Cool. So, Ruth, thank you for your time. Thank you for your advice. And I hope you had fun.
I did have fun.
Great.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
All right.
Have a great holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank
and
you.
I hope you relax and take some time off.
I will. I'm planning to take some time off in a few days. Yeah.
Cool.
All
Good for you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.